Master Physics, Grade 11-12. My aim in creating the channel is to present physics in a different perspective compared to what is already available in many videos on YouTube and in the textbooks. So there are few concepts that I feel are missing, due to which the student, after reading the book, feels that he has understood, but when it comes to attempting problems, the student faces difficulty. So I thought the subject should be present in a way so that the student is comfortable to apply physics to any problem that he comes across. So this I have designed the content of this channel in the form of several short videos. After watching a number of videos made by eminent professors and the people who are engaged in coaching students for competitive examinations. So I hope this channel will be useful to the students and they will find the subject presented in a way slightly different from other videos, and I hope this will not be a substitute for any other material which is already available. That's something new I hope you will find in every video that is presented in the channel. So this I'll do by discussing some selected topics to develop a deeper understanding by explaining in alternate ways. So for example, a vector, a very routine definition for vector is a quantity which has got magnitude and direction. It's perfectly alright, but I thought it would be better if we say that vector, the fundamental vector quantity is displacement, and all other quantities, vector quantities in physics, are derived from the displacement, because you get velocity, you get acceleration when you differentiate. So that's how all the physical quantities that we come across. Yes, in theoretically we can have a multi-dimensional vector, but all the vectors that we come across are generally derived from a displacement vector. I felt this gives little more deeper view of the subject. For example, if you take the scalar product of two vectors, it is simply a projection of one vector on the other vector that you know. Then the cross product of two vectors is simply, it gives an area of the triangle made by the two vectors. So that is the physical meaning of the vector and scalar products. Similarly, I'll give another example. For example, the units, the SI units are the standard units which are used, but often we don't use the standard SI units completely, but instead we use only the names. For example, if you're asked, many students I found, when they're asked to tell what is the unit of force, they will say Newton, but they do not know that Newton is nothing but kilogram meter per second square. It is a very simple thing. Generally, most of the students know, but I found some students who do not know these names. For example, Newton is a name given to a SI unit, but that's not a SI unit itself. The SI unit is kg, meter per second square. This understanding helps when you are working with the problems, and if you are going wrong, you will be able to know if you have gone wrong, because you have to match the dimensions. For example, to give a little more different example, is a Faraday, for example, is unit of capacitance. So Faraday is again a name given to the unit. The actual unit is actually ampere dot second, ampere into second square. That is the unit of charge. Generally we use coulomb, but actually in SI the unit of charge is ampere into second. Strictly speaking, what is the SI unit is ampere, because coulomb is not defined in SI units, it is ampere which is defined. So ampere into second is a coulomb unit of charge. So the unit of Faraday in SI is ampere dot into second square by kilogram meter square by second square. So that is unit, that is Faraday. So this understanding helps sometimes when one is working out the problem. So then another point is, for example, the limits of trigonometric functions, sine theta, cos theta. We say small theta, sine theta becomes theta, cos theta will become 1 for small theta. This again needs to be understood, and one can use calculus, which, for example, algebra based students may not be knowing. So this kind of subjects are, I have made an attempt to present these so that they are useful for those students who are not aware of the concepts. And also more advanced point that, for example, derivation of centripetal acceleration. And most of the books you find that it is they use similar triangles and then make a derivation. This is not very intuitive, I mean not very clear, but using simply the concept of vectors we can arrive the expression for centripetal acceleration. So these are some examples which I am studying, and more of this I will add depending on the interest that is shown by the students. And if there are more students who subscribe to the channel, then I will be encouraged to add more of these such topics. And I will give another example. For example, for those who have already studied grade 11, you would have studied refrigeration. So what is the basic property of matter which is enabling refrigeration? What is that? For example, you know that the aquatic creatures, the fish, are able to live in a sea even in the winter because of the property of water, or the anomalous expansion of water. The ice floats on the water, so that is how the fish are living underneath the slab of ice. So what is that makes us, enables us to do refrigeration? That is the property of, again, latent heat of matter, that because of which we are able to achieve refrigeration. So it takes away heat without changing its temperature. So that is that is the property which nature has provided us with, so that we are able to use those properties to make our life more comfortable. So this so as I said, you read the whole chapter and feel that you have understood but find difficult to attempt the problem. So this is something which I want to help you to overcome this difficulty and face problems with confidence. So this, in addition to discussing certain selected topics, some of them I have already posted the videos, and some more I will keep adding. Again, as I said, depending on the number of subscribers who come to the channel. So this, I am going to develop the competency and confidence by discussing physics by examples. So I am not going to give you like a chapter-wise, discussion of any topic, or even I find many videos which discuss chapter-wise, and there are some videos which discuss part of the chapter like that. No, but this I won't be doing that, because further there are already enough videos and textbooks. So nothing that is there in the textbook will be discussed here. So what instead I will do is I will try to pick up the previous questions papers of the examinations, because they would have filtered and then selected very important questions for the examinations, like we have NEET and we have IIT, and then we have AP, that is the American Association of Physics exams. I think these three broadly would be sufficient to discuss most of the problems and applications will be covered. And this I will be doing in three. I am categorizing the questions of each. IIT, NEET, AP. For each of them, I will categorize the questions into three levels of difficulty: the basic level, advanced, challenging. So basic means there's something which you can do if you read a book. The textbook, if you read, you should be able to do that. They are the questions which I classify them as basic. So, and those students who feel that they can do, they can skip, they don't have to see. Now, the advantage of this is if you give all the questions in one, then it's a waste of time. So that's why I try to categorize. The basic is where what you can do by reading the textbook. So if you know that, you don't have to see that particular video, you don't have to see. Advanced is where like you, it is, as I said, not that, you cannot, the textbook knowledge is not enough. It is something more. It is a multi-concept based question. A single concept is not single concept, more than one concept. Such questions I classify them as advanced. And challenging is something beyond. That means actually you need much more broader knowledge than one or two topics in physics. Maybe there is a mathematical angle, mathematics angle. So it is more challenging. So I will try to categorize. This is only my plan, and I have to see how it will work out as I go. You will see, and you may change, bring some change in this type of classification, but as of now I plan to do this way. So I feel that if you subscribe to the channel, so this will not repeat in all. If you are subscribed, I think next time you will not see whatever is I am explaining here. This is only for the first time you hear this explanation is given. So please subscribe to the channel if you are interested, if you like this approach to develop understanding of physics, and if there are more subscribe to the channel, I will continue the effort. So I am starting with the NEET beginning, then I will go for IIT, then I will go for AP. So this I am going to cover chapter wise. So each chapter there will be basic, advanced and challenging. This classification I will use and present the videos. I hope this helps all the students to learn physics and also to do well in the examinations which are conducted for entrance to various courses. Good luck to you.